Do you understand what you're charged with?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have the right to be represented by a court-appointed counsel on these charges if you cannot afford your own.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're also entitled to have counsel of your own choosing that you have employed to represent you. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you have given me a waiver of counsel. What that tells me is that you are not going to ask the court to appoint you counsel, that you are either going to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you intend to do in this case, to hire private counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you are financially able to do that?
I am.
Now, at present time, he has a hold based on first-degree murder, correct, Mr. DA?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and at this point, you were informing the court that the state is considering it as a capital case.
That's correct, Your
All
Honor.
right.
Your Honor, Mr. Mead had a relationship with the victim in this case, Ms. Johnson. He obviously knew her. I'll tell the court he understood he was a person of interest for a significant period of time, roughly from about the time it happened. He cooperated with the police. They called him, he cooperated with them, and came up, spoke to him several times. I will tell the court he knew as of Thursday morning last week they were going to charge him. He feels that, I don't have to tell the court, he denies these allegations, and he wants to vindicate himself in court, and he will be present at the time. Mr. Mead is, he'll be 40 this week. He is a lifelong resident of this area. He grew up in Charlotte. He moved several years ago to Fort Mill, South Carolina. His family resides in this area. All of them reside either in the Charlotte or Fort Mill area. He owns a business. He's the president and operator of three-phase electrical and automation, Your Honor. It's a fairly successful business. He works with some of the larger companies in this area. He does have a criminal history. Approximately 22 years ago was the only time he's been in trouble with the law. Since then, no brushes whatsoever.
Has he been convicted of a criminal offense?
He was, Your Honor. My understanding is felony larceny.
20 years ago.
22, actually, when he was 18 years of age. He has substantial assets in the Fort Mill area. He obviously wishes to obtain terms of pretrial release so that he can continue to maintain his business as much as possible. If he were someone who was going to flee the jurisdiction, he would have done it before Friday at 4 o'clock when he surrendered himself to the Gaston County Police Department. He will comply with whatever terms and conditions the court enters. Obviously, we understand there will be a substantial secured bond. Electronic monitoring, anything, Mr. Mead will comply. If the court wishes that he not leave the state, he can make alternative arrangements to reside in North Carolina. However the court wishes that to do.
All right. Mr. DA, anything you want to say in response to that?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant lives out of state. We believe he was avoiding arrest by not sleeping at his home. He was sleeping in a storage unit while he was awaiting some South Carolina charges to be served upon him.
South Carolina charges.
There was some South Carolina charges relating to him damaging the property and making some threats towards the person who was a witness in this matter.
So does he have any charges in South Carolina?
He does, unless they've been resolved in the last week, so he doesn't have any charges in South Carolina. When he was arrested, when they searched his house, last week, found a firearm in his house. It was a stolen firearm. He was, of course, a convicted felon, as you just learned. We know he has significant means. We know he's making inquiries about employment in Mexico. So that's where not to address on at all, to leave a hold in place, given the nature of these charges and the fact that the state is still considering shooting that felon.
You have evidence in the state's possession that he's made inquiries about employment in Mexico?
Yes, I've been informed by my detective of that.
All right, Mr. Bing, this is what I'll do. At the present time, I'll leave the hold on. If at any point, while this is still in the jurisdiction of the district court, I'll be in this courtroom this week. If you get any indication based on the evidence that's presented to you that you think is relevant on the issue of bond, you can certainly ask for a hearing in front of me this week.